and welcome to the University of Tennessee's Vested for Success video tutorial series. I'm Kate Vitasic, the university's lead faculty and researcher behind our Vested programs for highly collaborative and successful business relationships. So today's success tip is there an elevator pitch I can use to tell others about Vested? And the answer is yes, and here it is. First, Vested is a proven mindset, methodology, business model, and movement for creating highly collaborative win-win business relationships. Now, let's break down each one of these statements. So first, let's look at proven. There are over 500 companies that have sent team members to our courses, and 58 companies have been public about their success of using Vested to create highly collaborative, successful business relationships. In fact, 38 of these companies have allowed University of Tennessee to profile their journey in our Vested for Success case studies. And you've probably read about some of our research and successes in NPR, Harvard Business Review, Bloomberg, and CNN International. So now let's look at mindset. I like to think of Vested as a what's in it for we mindset. And I often use the example of going to Mount Everest. So one partner is the climber, the other partner is the Sherpa, and they in essence need each other. Especially if you're thinking about a buyer-supplier outsourcing relationship, the Sherpa might be able to get you to the top of Mount Everest, but they like the buyer's money. So I also, on top of this mindset, have a picture of some hands, and they're playing tug of war, right? So think about it, they're tugging back and forth against each other, right? But instead of being against each other, they're on the same side of the rope, and they're tugging and putting the problem or the Mount Everest, the opportunity, on the other side. Now next, Vested is a methodology, and by that it's a research that we've done at the University of Tennessee where we've codified how to actually create a vested business model through 5 rules and 10 contractual elements. Now, I'm not going to go over the rules and the elements today, but it is a methodology, and when you follow these rules and put the elements into a contract, it creates what we've coined as a vested business model. So you might be asking, well, what is a vested business model? It's a hybrid model that combines both shared value, so think of it as grow the pie, share the pie, right? Economics. It includes relational contracting theories, and it embraces the mindset of how you actually work together to combine the relational contract and the outcome-based economics. So I have here a little graph to kind of visually show a picture of the business model. So on our lower axis here, I have potential to create value, and on our upper axis, I have dependency and risk. And if I look at the types of sourcing models that fall along this continuum, in the lower left-hand side, we have very transactional models, a simple basic provider, approved, and preferred provider models. Now at the top, I have investment-based models, such as an equity partnership where you're doing a joint venture or maybe even an acquisition. Now in the middle, we are moving to relational type models, a relational contract where you have a lot of dependency. This is where you'd have things like performance-based contracts, public-private partnerships, those kinds of things. Now at the top, this big orange triangle that I've put in, that's our vested relationships. And that is where we are consciously choosing to invest in the relationship in order to unlock value, to create value. So you win together, you lose together when you work on driving transformation and innovation initiatives. So it is a different way of looking. Again, it's a mindset, a methodology, and a way to unlock value through your strategic partnerships. So in summary, Vested is a proven mindset, methodology, business model, and movement because you are really combining these concepts of putting that methodology into practice. And when you do, you can create highly collaborative win-win business relationships. So thanks for joining me on today's Vested for Success tutorial. And if you have any questions, just reach out to vestedfaculty@utk.edu.